What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this quick conversation about King Harris. So, King Harris is T.I. and Tiny's son, 17 years old, evidently just graduated from high school. So, there's a lot of controversy right now because he went to a Waffle House with his homeboys, went inside, got his meal, came back inside his car or someone's car because he's sitting in the back seat, I think, and opens up his meal and there was pickles in it. He didn't want any pickles. So he starts talking big talk about how they got him all effed up because they put pickles in his food. He goes back inside the Waffle House, cussing up a storm. Now he's on live. This whole entire time, he is recording himself on live. I'm assuming it's Instagram live. I have no idea. Goes back into the restaurant while he's recording himself, and he's walking in there, cussing up a storm, trying to get all kinds of attention because he's, an attention seeker, trying to get all kinds of attention, shouting, using profanity. So the lady working behind the counter told him to stop using profanity. He says, I can say whatever the F I want to say. Continues to use profanity, continues to rant and rave. So now the cook gets involved, and the cook tells him something, tells him about himself, and he tells the cook, I'm not even talking to you. What is your name? The cook says, what is your name? King Harris says, ask your mama and tell her happy Mother's Day. So they start going back and forth. King Harris is making all kinds of threats. He hops on top of the counter. He stands on top of the counter. He's ranting, he's raving, his cussing, just, making a big show, trying to get attention because he, comes from a family of I don't know how many kids. Probably never got any kind of attention. So there he is trying to get attention from these strangers, trying to get attention on live, whatever live he's on. He hops off the counter, threatening the cook, come meet me outside. You got it like that, come meet me outside. The report said that he threatened to pistol whip the cook, just acting a fool, basically, a complete fool. So this became viral. T.I. steps in and he also has to make a video. And the first thing he says is that he did talk to his son, him and his son's uncles. They did talk to him. They sat him down. They had a conversation with him. And it seemed like the conversation was really centered around telling King that you are way up here. Don't waste your time getting into arguments with people that are down here. Because T.I. said you shouldn't be engaging with people in this way, with people who are not happy with their lives, who don't have what they want out of life. What the hell does that mean, T.I.? How do you know if the lady behind the counter or the gentleman behind the counter, I think it was the cook, how do you know that they're not happy with their lives? Are you happy with yours? With all these rumors circulating of you and your wife cheating on each other, or maybe you cheating on her, with all of these sexual assault claims against you, all of these women coming out of the woodwork talking about how you and your wife violated them? Are you happy with your life? Is this the life that you think that all of us are aspiring to live? To be accused of all of these horrible, disgusting things, all of these horrible, disgusting allegations? You think this is a life that we all aspire to live? Because you got a little bit of change, we want to live like you and have all of your problems? I think not. I'd rather be poor. I'd rather be living under a freeway than have the kind of life that you're living, with all the stress that you have, with all the things that people are saying about you, with all the things that people are accusing you of. These crimes that people are accusing you and your wife of. I mean, you're paying off lawyers. You're probably paying off victims. You probably are trying to move your money around and make sure that everybody gets covered, everybody stays quiet. Yeah, I don't think I want that kind of stress. I don't think I want those kind of rich people problems. No, I don't think so. I think I'll pass. I'd rather be a short order cook at the Waffle House, stress free, clock in, clock out, go home and go to sleep, and not think about people accusing me of assaulting them. Another thing, King Harris. You walk into this establishment ranting and raving, cussing everybody out, showing off on live. Why didn't you just, you got it like that, right? You're way up here, right? Because your father likes to remind all of us how y'all are the upper echelon of society. Why are you at the Waffle House? Why aren't you having your a private chef cook you up something. And let's say your private chef did cook you up something and didn't make it the way you wanted it. Are you going to jump on your mother's countertops in her kitchen and start ranting and raving and cussing out the chef, the private chef, because he made your food in a way that you didn't like and that he put pickles in your sandwich? Would you do that at your house? Would you climb up to on top of your mother's countertop screaming at the private chef that your parents hired to cook you a meal? Would you act like that in your own house? Probably not. So why do it in this establishment? Why would you do something like that? As if you have no manners, no home training, that you were just raised out there in the wild over pickles. Now, another thing, T.I. talked about in his video that, why is the public focusing on this negativity about his son, but they're not focusing on the positivity of his son, such as him graduating at the age of 17 on the A and B honor roll. Because your A and B honor roll graduate, T.I., recorded himself acting a fool at the Waffle House over some pickles. Now, your son may be an A and B honor roll student. He may be passing with flying colors in school, but he's failing in life if this is how he's acting in public over some pickles. Now, if your son was ranting and raving like this because somebody rammed into his truck on purpose, rammed into his car on purpose, or because, someone beat up one of his siblings, or because, people are saying horrible things about his mother. If he was acting like that, I could kind of understand the anger. But your son was ranting and raving, jumping on top of counters, threatening to pistol whip people, wanting to fight some stranger, and recording himself while he was acting like this over some pickles. But you claim that, you can't be arguing with people who are not happy with where they are in life. Are you talking about yourself? And this whole thing. Now, T.I., you evidently, supposedly, you claim you came from the streets, you came from the hood, and you fought your way to the top. So why are you acting so classist when you're talking about how your son should not be engaging with people who are at a certain level of life? That your son is too good to be arguing with people who are beneath him, because that's the bottom line. That's what you were saying. You're rich, you're wealthy, you got it going on. Why are you wasting your time arguing with people who are below you? That is so classist and so elitist. But T.I., that's where you came from. These people working at that damn Waffle House that your son wanted to pistol whip or beat up or whatever the hell he wanted to do, these are the people that are putting food on your table. You're not putting food on their table. These are the people that are putting food on your table by buying your music, by watching your movies, by watching your television shows. And this is how you view them, as below you. Like I said, your son might be passing with flying colors at school. And we know how rich people are with their children and their children's grades. Right? You remember that whole college scandal? We know how rich people are when it comes to their children making good grades. And how all of that comes about. Anywho, so you're up here bragging about, but my son, AB honor roll graduated at the age of 17. He's only 17. He already graduated from high school, blah, blah, blah. But he's failing in life. Like, why is he acting like this? He doesn't act like an A and B honor roll student. He acts like a maniac. He acts like somebody who's lost his mind. T.I., do better. King, you're on the verge of becoming a full-fledged adult, a full-grown man. Kingharris, please do better. Let this be a learning lesson of how not to conduct your life. T.I., let this be a learning lesson on how to deal with people, how to treat people, how to refer to people. We're all basically equal. Just because you have a little bit of cash doesn't make you a better human being. These people are clocking in and clocking out, providing for themselves, providing for their families, having enough money to spend on the stuff that you're pushing on them so that you can live the way you're living. You are needing them more than they are needing you. I'm getting upset. So I'm going to end this right here. I'm getting really upset. If you made it this far in my video, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you like this content, subscribe. If you don't worry about it. On your way out, don't forget to rate this video. And I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.